The Dallas Cowboys are likely not going to bring back Tony Pollard in 2024, which means that the team needs to start looking for replacement options during free agency. And luckily for them, this might be the most stacked free agent running back group we've seen in quite some time. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, and Derrick Henry. So the Cowboys have a few high-profile names to choose from, but will they? Let's talk about their options in today's video. Let's get into it. My favorite name on this list will be the last one in this video, so stick around to see who I think would be the best all-in option. For this, we're going to use PFF's projected contracts for these running backs. Now, I think a lot of these higher-end backs won't get what they're projected. I think that NFL teams are out on paying large contracts to the running back position, and this year will just solidify that thought. First, let's start with a name that won't break the bank. A.J. Dillon, PFF's projected contract, 2 years, $4 million. Right off the bat, that figure feels like a Cowboys signing. Now, when you look at what Dillon did after being selected in the second round back in 2020, the numbers don't scream anything exciting. Hence why his contract is almost a vet minimum deal. 4.1 yards per carry for his career. He's had 2 years where he scored just 2 touchdowns. And considering how big he is, you would think he would be a power back close to the goal line. And Dillon has really only gotten worse when the team put more carries on his plate in Green Bay. Warren Sharp tweeted this stat from Dillon's 2023 season, and I think it's a pretty bad look. A.J. Dillon had 18 touches inside the 10-yard line. He scored just 2 touchdowns. His 11.1% touchdown rate was worst mark for any running back with over 15 touches inside the 10-yard line in the last 4 years. Dillon also averaged career lows in yards per carry, success rate, first down rushes, stuff rate, explosive run rate, and yards after contact per rush. It's simple. Those are not good. And when you think about even $2 million per year for a player like this, is it worth it? Because I think we all know what A.J. Dillon is at this point in his career. And bringing him in as a stopgap at the running back position just isn't going to reap any benefits in my opinion. But this does feel like a Cowboys signing. It's a low contract for a guy that was a second-round pick. A guy coming into the league that we thought had some potential to be a really good running back. Maybe the Cowboys feel like they can get something out of him that Green Bay didn't. I don't know. Would A.J. Dillon be worth a shot? Comment your opinion down below. And while you do that, let's take a look at our next name. Devin Singletary, projected to get a contract of 3 years, $4.25 million per year. Singletary does nothing special as a back, but he isn't particularly bad at anything either. He's consistently rushed for 800 yards throughout his career and would be really good with a running back by committee group like I expect Dallas to deploy this season. Now, for a guy that isn't really a number one back, $4.25 million per year over 3 years does seem kind of rich. Maybe he could be a really good stopgap player on a 1-year deal. You draft a running back and you let them split carries in the backfield until you feel good enough about that rookie to let him take over. Maybe you think that Singletary can split work with Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn if you don't draft a running back. Let me know what you guys think about a possible Devin Singletary contract down below. Would this be a good move? Now, before we talk about the last 3 names on this list, maybe you don't think that running backs are all that important, but what is important is protecting yourself online. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits an opt-out request for me. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. Your full name, email, home address, health records, your relatives, it's all out there on the internet. Aura has already removed me from 18 data brokers list, and now I don't have to constantly decline calls and sift through emails throughout the day. That way I can get my work done and get more videos out to you guys. And I want to help you guys do the same. When you use my code DOUBLEMOVE at sign up, get a 14-day trial completely free. You sign in, let Aura do all the work to help you and your family stay safe on the internet. There's no catch. It's completely free with my code DoubleMove. But best of all, when you sign up, Aura has other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's all in one place, really easy to set up, and best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. Aura has helped me and my family keep our information safe, and it can help keep yours safe as well. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring the channel. The link will be the top comment on this video. Now, let's get back into it. The first name, and quite possibly the most linked name of all time to the Dallas Cowboys, dating back to when he was drafted in 2016. It's Derrick Henry. His projected contract, 2 years, $10 million per year. When you look at the career of Derrick Henry, he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion. Nearly 10,000 rushing yards, 4.7 yards per attempt, with 90 touchdowns. The dude is a monster, and when Ezekiel Elliott was losing a step in 2019, Henry was rushing for 2,000 yards at 5.4 yards per clip. The dude is simply not built like other running backs, and the longevity is something that you don't see at the position anymore. With that being said, he has over 2,000 carries on his body in the NFL alone. Add in another 600 carries from his college days, probably another 1,000 carries from his high school days, and the dude has seen an insane amount of work at the running back position. I've been saying this for years, but eventually it'll be true. I have to imagine that will catch up to him sooner rather than later. Would I love to get Derrick Henry in here to see if he's got one more really good year left in him? Sure, but do you want to give him $10 million per year to do it? I don't think so. Now, if Henry were to take a $5 million contract, let's do it right now. Maybe even a 2 years, $5 million contract. But I know that another team will likely give him more money closer to what he's going to want in free agency. If this was 2020 Derrick Henry, sign me up right now. Give him the contract on the spot. But at this point in his career, I think it's safe to say his best days are probably behind him. To end off this video, let's look at the most intriguing name on this list and my favorite running back that's going to be a free agent this year. Saquon Barkley, a projected contract at 3 years, $12.25 million per year. A very steep price to pay for a guy that has fought injuries throughout his career. But I would think the upside is what you bet on here. I think that Barkley still has a year or two of really good play left in his game. I think he'd complement this Cowboys offense really well. You'd have a number one back that could have a potential 1,200 yard season. He can do it all. He adds a dimension to the team that I don't really think anyone else would in free agency this year. But once again, we have to talk about the price tag. That is paying premium in today's NFL for a running back. Even if it is Saquon Barkley, previously the number 2 overall pick in the draft. I think you could get very similar production in the draft with a guy like Trey Benson out of Florida State. Probably get you 1,200 to 1,400 yards for a whole lot cheaper than $12 million per year. And this is the problem that I have with running backs in today's NFL. They're not highly valued anymore. That ship of them getting $15, $16 million per year has completely sailed. And most teams that win the Super Bowl aren't paying their running backs $12 million. But I can't help but think a guy like Saquon Barkley would change how the Cowboys run their offense, how explosive they can be, just not for that number. And I think if the Cowboys do make a move in free agency, it's going to be a near vet minimum guy like an AJ Dillon or a Zach Moss. But what do you want the Cowboys to do? Pay Saquon, go all out, or get a lesser guy and then go draft a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. This is always an interesting conversation because I think we all have a different idea of what the running back position means to football. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Go check out Aura. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.